How's everybody doing tonight? So, we've got day 4 of the Zeko Spinosaurus. That's what we're going to do tonight. It's actually the first night that we're doing this live, though we're starting a little late, so I don't know if it's going to be any longer than the previous nights. I think we're still on the first page of the instructions, or maybe the second page. I think we're still on the first of 4 pages. So we're kind of behind the curve here. I mean, it's not really that big of a puzzle. How many pieces is it total? 382. Yeah, well, I guess, we're about as far along as you'd expect, considering we're still on the first page. Hopefully we get some decent progress tonight. Let's see. Is there anything in this box? I don't think there is. I think it's empty. So, as I was saying, it's the first night we're actually doing this live. The Zeko Spinosaurus, the other episodes were pre-canned. I actually did them live, if you're curious. Like the 3 days before my little vacation, I would do 2 back-to-back episodes, but I would mark one of them private, and then I would schedule it to come out while I was gone. So, I don't remember what these little arms are supposed to connect to. I think it was something we were working on. Yeah, okay, I do remember. It was like they were supposed to go somewhere under here, and they were supposed to connect to. Oh yeah, one end is connected already. Is it? Yeah, this like thing. It's supposed to connect here. I could look at the instructions, but somehow it's more fun to try to remember how this works. So it connects here on one. Well, it connects here on the middle. And then this has to fit somehow down here, which seems way off. Yeah, it's like way off. But at the same time, that's the only place it could fit. Yeah, this is why it kept falling off. Basically running into the same problem tonight that we had the first time we were trying to get this piece to connect. It's like you connect part of it, another part of it like falls off. Alright, let's try again. I gotta look at the instructions. What I'm doing seems like really far from working. Let's take a look at the instructions here. So it says that panel 26 is what we're up to. Yeah, it's exactly these pieces. So how are they supposed to connect? Oh, okay, I see. They're supposed to connect like this. Yeah, that's going to work better. So they're supposed to go straight down like that. That does seem like much better. Oh, you don't see what I'm doing. So you didn't see what I was doing. All right, so it's supposed to go like this. And then from there, then it reaches up to the top. But it feels like it's never going to make that angle. Yeah, like look at that. Look where that sits. How are we going to make that connect up top? It's like the angle is so far off. I can't even get these to connect like on their own. Like let alone with all this structure attached to them. Yeah, this is crazy. The piece underneath it like folds down. I think we established this last time, that this piece moves and that makes it difficult to connect to. I think I'm not going to connect it. I think I'm only going to connect it up top. I'm not going to connect the bottom. So let's just build this as one structure. And we'll just connect it at the top only. Because that bottom is never going to connect. But since it's never going to connect anyway, we don't need to do anything more than to like get it basically lined up to the right spot. And make it like look right. Now later maybe there'll be some other pieces that connect, and those ones will help lock everything in which case we'll revisit, but for now it's just going to sit on top. I'm not going to try to make this work. Because I tried and it didn't work. So I'm not going to continue trying. Yeah, we're already like, how many minutes in? Like 4? Is it more than 4? I'm not even sure. 5 minutes in? Yeah. And we haven't gotten a single piece connected. So we're going to just sort of faux connect this, and then we're going to move on. It actually looks pretty much right. Though it's not. But it looks pretty much right. Alright, so that was instruction 26. Or at least as close as we're going to get to it. Now, instruction 27 requires 3 pieces, so that brings us up to 90 pieces. And these pieces are a 1x2. Did I just throw that? A 2x3. By the way, we have the 2x3 in multiple colors. I think it's the lighter color, because the other piece is showing in a darker gray, which is this piece. Those are the 3 pieces. And actually, we're not connecting them to this. We're like starting something new with those 3 pieces, which frankly is quite welcome. Kind of glad to be moving on from that, at least for a little while. Alright, so the 1x2 goes on the little trash can lid piece, and on one side, and on the other side goes the 2x3, but I'm not sure. Like, am I doing it right? I think that's right. That's what it looks like from the back. Oh, it's not zoomed in. A little out of practice. Alright, so on the back, that's what it looks like. And on the front, that's what it looks like. You no longer see the circle. Alright. So, instruction 28 requires 4 pieces. So that brings us up to 94. And those pieces are the tiny keg piece, which I believe is this piece. And then there's a 1. Like, this is a 1 with a face button. With a circular face button, not a solid one. So that's it. And then one of these kind of, I don't know how to describe this piece. This is what it looks like. It's like 2 1s stuck together at an angle. And then the other piece, I think it's this piece. Kind of looks like a vest. I don't know how to describe that piece. Anyway, all of these are going to keep building on this thing that we already created here. So if you hold it like this, actually, if you hold it like this, the barrel goes in the corner here. And then this is going to jump these 2 corners, but it's not going to go this way, which would make sense, which would match the pieces. It's going to go opposite way, so it's not going to match the pieces. So it's kind of like you can see that there. Like we could have spun this around and then it would be like a perfect match. But instead we put it this way and it creates that little triangle there. Alright. So there's 2 pieces left. Alright, let me get the orientation correct again. Okay, so like this. The single goes here with the button facing out. And then that bulletproof vest piece, probably the trickiest one, goes like this. Okay. So that's what it looks like all assembled. The button in front, the keg barrel. This guy's on the corner, but we spun him around, which makes it fit perfectly to this like ball and socket piece, which I called a vest piece a minute ago. Alright, so that was 28. Alright, so 29 requires 3 pieces. That brings us up to 97 pieces. Now, what are these pieces? Did you hear that motorcycle just go by? I was just thinking about the 4chan, how they found that Shia LaBeouf flag by like driving by the live stream and making noises. So, if someone just drove a motorcycle by and they didn't hear it on the live stream, I can just confirm for you. I heard the motorcycle drive by. But the microphone faces again away from the window, so maybe you didn't hear it. I think the next piece it wants is this dark 2x3, but I can't really tell. I'm going to pick up the instructions. The scan I have is tough to read. Let's see here. If I look at the actual piece. Wow, that doesn't look good either. Alright, that looks good. Alright, I still can't tell what that piece is. I think it's a black 2x3 right there, but I mean, I can't tell. It's like such a tiny thing they're giving us to work with. Alright, so this is the other piece, I think. It's a ball and socket piece. Let me check the instructions. Yeah. So we got this gold piece, this ball and socket piece. And then we need a 2x3. We could use this dark colored one if we don't find one that's completely black. Because these instructions we've seen before, they don't always match the color of the piece. Yeah, I'm going to go with that dark gray 2x3. Because there's only so many black pieces and I don't see one of them. That's a 2x3. So now we're going to continue building on this little structure that we have. So this face button is going to get this gold piece. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright. Does that slide? Should that slide? I think it... I don't think there's a way to perfectly match it. You know what? I'm going to leave it on top because we're going to be adding a piece on top. So, this piece, this 2x3 piece, that's going to go next to that face piece. But in what direction? Is it like this? I think so. I think that's it. And then the ball and socket is going to go like facing out. It's actually difficult to read this, but I think that's right. I think we got it. Does that look right? Well, I guess we'll find out if it's wrong. All right, moving on to instruction 30. This requires 5 unique pieces, but one of them is doubled. So that's going to bring us to 103 pieces. All right. Now, what are these pieces? There's like this single piece. And then what is that next piece? It's like a circle piece. It's kind of like a single, but circular. We have some little. This isn't it, is it? No, that's a single. Where's a circle single? Is it this piece? I think that's it. I think that's the next piece. All right, then the next piece. Yeah. It's actually this clear blue piece. So that's a skin piece, I believe. And then corner piece. We haven't used one of those in a while. So there's 4 unique pieces. And then the 5th unique piece, they want 2 of. And it's a wraparound piece. I believe it's this piece. So it's got 4 buttons. It's got 2 solid buttons on one side. And then a 1x2 solid on one side. And then 2x2 like circle version on the other side. And we need 2 of those pieces. Gotta look for the second one. I don't see that we have a second version of that piece. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's the piece. All right. Now what do we got to do with this stuff? We're going back to this thing. Same as before. I want us to assemble on this wall both of these pieces. But what's weird about that is that there's only 3 pieces here. But I'm just going to start at the edge and just let it hang over the top. I think that's what they want, because if you look at the instructions, you don't see, after you put those on, you don't see the black piece underneath. Now, okay, what goes next? They show this piece going on, but there's clearly other pieces that need to go on. Let's see if we can get a closer look here. Okay, I get it. So these pieces go like on the edge here. Like that's the circle one. And then the single goes next to it. Let's get another big view. Right. So we got the circle, we got the single, and on the outside of that goes this piece, this slanted piece, kind of matching the slant that's already there. Yeah, that's like a perfect fit. There's already a slant there. Yeah, you see that? Matches perfectly. And then that leaves 2 pieces here, and the corner piece goes over. And then just like with that other piece, it kind of just hangs over this ball and socket. So that's basically it. That's 30. All right, moving on to 31. That needs just 2 pieces. One of them is a 1x2. And the other piece is a circle, but this time it doesn't have a face button. So like last time we used this piece, which had a little button on it. Now we're going to use the buttonless one. So buttonless, all right. And we're going to keep building on the same area. So looking at instruction 31, the that circle piece, I think it goes way back here. The easier piece is the 1x2, which goes like on the front here, on the second set. Okay, if I can get that on. All right, and then this circle piece goes like somewhere up here. Let's again study the instructions. And by the way, increment the counter for these two pieces. We didn't do that yet. I just did that now. All right, so it's in line with the third row. So here's the third row. So that's where the circle piece goes. Back of the third row. All right, good. Moving on to 32. We have 3 pieces for 32. 2 of them are clear pieces. So I said, you know what? This instruction is cut off. If you look at it here, it's actually 4 pieces. So let's bring that up to 109. The counter up to 109, the piece counter. And then the pieces we need, they're like 3 of them are clear pieces. So we need this piece, which is a little bit of a weird piece. And then we need 3 clear pieces. One of them is this double-decker piece. I think another one, let me see if there's a clear blue 1x2, because that's what it looks like they need. Or is it a bigger piece than that? And you know what? I don't think that piece is right because it has ink on it. Like here's that same piece without ink. I think that's what they're looking for. It's tricky. Like when do you use the inked piece, when not? Actually, if you look at the instructions, they're actually using one of the inked pieces. So even though when it shows you to select the piece, it doesn't pick the inked one, when they actually put it onto the building, onto the construction, it is the inked piece. So it's this piece. It's got the right ink on it. So we're going to put back the plain one. Turns out we need both the plain one and the inked one. And we still need that 1x2. I think it's a 1x2. But if we don't find any clear blue 1x2s, then it's something else. Like this kind of looks like a 1x2, but it's not. All right, here's the clear blue 1x2. I'm still not convinced that that's the piece. We have to see like how it needs to be put together. All right, so the inked piece goes like kind of here. That's where this inked piece goes. And we have to get the ink correct. Make sure it goes in the correct way. I think that's it. Now, the other pieces go on top. What's weird about that is the other piece that we got, it has the curve in it, but it doesn't need a curve here. So maybe I got the wrong piece. Let's see. No, that piece looks right, but I think I want to use this piece instead of this piece. Sorry, this piece instead of this piece. Let's see. Let's see if that's right. All right, so this gray piece goes in front of the inked piece. But that's not going to fit there. Do we have another piece that looks like that? Amazingly, we do. But it has the same stuff on the back. All right, I'm looking if something If maybe there's another version of that piece. No, I think that's the piece. All right, so it doesn't fit, which means probably something else is supposed to go here first. I'm not sure what. I'm just going to try to force it on and see what happens. Because actually, those circles do look pretty big. They could go around those circles. See, they're like different size circles. I think I can force this on. If I get it lined, I have to first obviously get it lined up. Yeah, that worked. So there you go, that's on. All right, now we still have this piece. Well, this one is easy. It hangs over the edge. All right. So once we have this one hanging over the edge, then what's left is this space. So it can't be the 1x2. It's got to be this piece that goes behind it. All right, good. That's done. This gold piece fell off. We'll just put it back on. All right, that's finally the end of page 1. So yeah, we added those 4 up. All right, so we're gonna move on to page 2, which is gonna start with instruction 33. Let's see here. That's not it. All right, here's instruction 33 is on the other side, and on this screen, I think I just gotta go like that. Let's see here. Nope. Did I not properly photograph this? Yeah, okay. I never got around to scanning. I think it's there, the top row. They're just not properly numbered. You see the 39 on the right? Anyway, instructions aren't totally there, but we'll get it done. I'm going to have a sip of water before I go on to step 33. Step 33 might be combining the 2 existing pieces. Let's see here. Is that what that's going on there? You know, that is like crazy, that step 33. That's like, we don't have that, do we? Is it this? Yeah, it is this. All right, it's like this side of it. I don't know. Okay, I got it. This ball and socket is going to fit onto that ball. That ball is going to fit into this socket. That's what's happening there. And it's going to do it kind of like, I don't know if sideways is the right way to describe this. Well, it's a ball, so it can move around. So I don't know exactly which way it's going to go, but right now it's connected. So now the whole thing is one structure. So let's keep going. So that was 33. That didn't require incrementing the piece counter. 34 is 3 pieces, and we're going to start building anew. So the 3 pieces are 2 of 1 piece. Basically 1 piece like this. It's like a 1x2 with a gripper at the end. And then 2 pieces. I believe this is the piece. Let me double check. Yeah, that's it. So it has these like circumference face buttons, and then it has these 2 buttons. It's a 1x2 with face buttons up above. There it is. There's you can't even see this 3rd piece because it's black, but it's there. You can see it if I hold it over this. Disappears, mostly disappears. All right, so we're building something new. So to build this something new, we put these two pieces back to back. And then this piece with the gripper, it's going to go like that. So these two pieces are back to back, and the gripper is attached. So I hope that's clear. So that was 34. Next up, 35. 35 has 4 distinct pieces, 6 total pieces, because 2 of them are doubled. So that brings us to 118. So one of the single pieces, it's like this gold piece that we did before, but it's the gray version of that piece. So it's like, let's see if we can find that. Here's another one of the gold version. We need apparently a gray version, but you know, I've seen this thing give us the wrong colors before, but if we can find a gray version, then we're going to assume that that's what we need. We're not assuming, we're following the instructions. We just don't totally trust them. All right, so there's the gray piece that we were looking for. The other single we need is a dark gray 1x2, which again, we're not fully sure on those colors, but that's what the instructions say. So there's the dark gray 1x2. Next up, we got 2 pairs. One of them is this piece, where it's like a single with a circumference face button. So we need 2 of those. I don't see the second one in the buckets. Oh, okay, there's the second one. So 2 of those, and then 2 black pieces. I think it's this. Is it this piece? Sometimes this piece comes in multiple heights, so I'm not really sure that that's right. But we do have an abundance of those pieces. And I don't see, just scanning, I don't see any different sizes. They all seem to be the same size. So I think that's the piece that we need. Alright, so let's start building. So what do we need to build here? We're going to start with the existing structure that we have. And we're going to build... how are we gonna do this? I gotta study them. I gotta study the instructions. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing? Oh, okay. And then 5, 6. Yeah. So those are the 6 pieces. I think we have to first build them on their own and then snap them into the rest of the structure. You can barely see that. Let me just show you on this thing. So we're up to 35. And there's a procedure for how to build this. So the first step is to take these 2 pieces and put them like this. And the second step is to put this 1x2 to hold them together. So it's kind of like we now created a piece, a different sort of piece that has those things on the end. Anyway, on top of that goes these 2 pieces, those 2 black pieces that you can't even see. These 2. And they go on it like facing this way. Not really sure if they, at what point they connect. I think this is right. I guess we'll find out if it's not. And then this goes across the back. All right, now we built something here. We used all 6 pieces to build this. Now the question is, how does it connect to this? Let's go back to the instructions. I'll tell you, it's still not super clear. But let's try to get it done here. There's the 2 pieces. How do they connect? Okay. Alright, so if we hold this piece with the gripper on the far end, then we line it up like this so that that gray piece is in the front. So that's it. Whatever this is, we built it. I'm not sure what it is, but we did it. Alright, so now moving on to 36. 36 has 3 unique pieces. It has one of the pieces doubled. So that's 4 pieces. That brings us up to 122 pieces. One of them is this piece. This like kind of weird piece. And then there's a simple 1x2 in gray. And now the piece that gets doubled, it's kind of similar to the piece from last time, but the circumference piece goes down instead of up. Last time it went up, this time it goes down. So that's what it looks like. We need 2 of those. Like here's the one that goes up. It's actually a different color gray. We need 2 of the one that goes down. There it is. Alright, so there's the 4 pieces. Now, how do we connect those 4 pieces? And am I supposed to build this 2 copies of this? No, I don't think so. Alright, so we take this weird piece. Alright, can you even see that piece? And then we put these on the back with the buttons facing to the outside. Okay. And then the last thing that happens is the 1x2 goes across the top of this. Okay. Now we got to attach this to the larger structure. So it goes kind of underneath that hook. So last time we put the piece on the back with the hook on the other side. This time we're going to put the piece under the hook. I believe that's it. Let's take a little inspection there. Well, as far as I know, that's it. We'll find out if it's not. Okay. So that was 36. So moving on to 37. All right. 37 takes 3 pieces. And one of them is a little button. One of them is a... Okay. One of them is a clear piece. Similar to one we've done before. Like a clear blue piece like that. Another one we've also seen before. It's this little like button thing. By the way, those come in 2 colors. And I can't tell you which one they're looking for right now. And then the third one is this like little dipper piece. So there's the 3 pieces. This is step 37. Brings us up to piece 125. Now how are we going to put these pieces on? Okay. First, we go to the top here well, it's hard to even understand which is the top, but it's like this is the top. And this curvy blue piece is going to attach like that. It doesn't fit like that. This might be the wrong curvy blue piece. Let's see if they have like a thicker one. Is this one any thicker? It's the same size. Yeah, I'm not seeing a thicker one. No, I am seeing a thicker one, but it has ink on it. So I don't think that's the right piece. Do they have a thicker one without ink? Great question. I don't see it. Alright, let's take another look. Maybe this piece does fit, and we were just trying to put it on the wrong direction. Or maybe it's supposed to hang in the air. Like, who says that it's supposed to reach all the way down? Like maybe we just connect it here and maybe there's some space. You know? Like you just connect it there and there's some space. Because it's not like the next piece is the right size anyway. Also, we put that on the wrong direction. Yeah, it looked like it made more sense that way. It's going to make less sense. It goes up here on this black. And now there's a space in between, which is really stupid. There shouldn't be. You wouldn't want there to be a space up there. Oh, how about that? There is no space. I don't know. It just clicked right on suddenly. Now it looks correct now. Alright, now the other two pieces go like in front of that piece. So here's the two buttons. So like one of them goes up here and reaches down, and the other one just caps that piece. So we'll just confirm that that's correct. I don't know why this thing timed out. I thought I had it set for a 30-minute timeout. You know, I didn't use it for a little while, and I'm thinking, did something change? There's like, my iPad now takes more than 15 minutes to time out, or less than 15 minutes to time out. I don't think it went untouched for 15 minutes. Anyway, here's the instructions. I think we did it right. I think what we did matches the instructions. What do you think? Looks good. Alright. So that brings us to instruction 38. Instruction 38 is the same three pieces. And they go... Remember when I accidentally put it here? Well, now we're going to do it on purpose. So, it brings us to 128 pieces. So one goes here. And the other two are going to go here. So it's like the same kind of situation. It's different location, but it's the same pattern. Just looking for that piece. There it is. That like Big Dipper, Little Dipper, what do we want to call that thing? There it is. Oh, didn't stay on. Okay. Alright, so that was instruction 38. 39 is the last one on the row. So that's going to be the last one for tonight. And it's a very easy instruction. It's 3 claws. So that brings us up to 131. And here's 3 claws. You know, we're actually going to do instruction 40, because instruction 40 is just clipping this thing we're building to the main body, so we'll do that. So remember this like weird piece, that like trapezoid black piece? That's actually where the 3 claws are going to go. And they face down from this gripper. One. Oddly enough, something's not right. Yeah, something's not right. Something's just like not attached correctly. Not sure if it's a problem or not, though. Actually, it is attached correctly. I don't know what I was thinking. It looks, on second thought, everything looks perfect. I don't know why I thought it wasn't. I didn't see this here. I thought it was on the other side for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, there's the claws. In instruction 40, we're going to attach the claws. So let's see how that's going to work. I guess it's going to be this little gripper piece is going to be the attachment point. Now, where does it attach to the other thing? Okay. Is it the main body? All right. It attaches to this by this. Okay, I see it. There's a ball and there's a socket, so that's how they're going to fit together. And yes, I did see that gold piece fall. I'm going to replace it in a minute. Okay. Yeah, it actually comes from all the way up here. This would have been locked on better if we'd gotten those other pieces to work before, but anyway. There's it. Oh, this is starting to look like something. I guess it's starting to look like a Spinosaurus. It has a leg now. To me, it kind of looks like a chicken, but okay. Well, I believe they said dinosaurs evolved into chickens, so I guess that's it. All right, so we're going to stop there. We're going to stop at 40. At least we're on the second page, and we're like a third of the way through the pieces, so I think we got to be happy. We're going to stop there for tonight. So, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.